Who am I? So you can see that in here there is some media interview me before, because I first learning the feng shui and also the Chinese metaphysics is since 1972. Until now, it is almost 40 years already. So why I will be learning that type of stuff? It is because I have a godfather who lived with me on that moment. And when I grew up, then every day that he talked with me with different type of story about the Chinese culture, and which included the feng shui, face reading, Chinese medicine, and the literature. So all kinds of this stuff. And especially he was a Chinese doctor. So whenever I get sick, then he will do some measurement on my pulse and also ask me some question, and then just give me some Chinese herb tea to drink. So only one time or two times I will totally recover. So it is so amazing for me, because you know, for the Western doctor, they need to have a lot of instrument to do some tests to judge what kind of sickness inside your body, and then give you some pill. But as a Chinese doctor, they just use 3 fingers, just measure the width here. Okay, so why it is so mystery? So, and then I start to ask him some question and learning from him. Okay. And then from time to time, when I get into the more deeply in the Chinese medical, then I find out it is quite confused, because the whole system of the Chinese medicine is talking about the yin-yang theory. So yin-yang theory, it can be very simple, very yin and yang, like daytime and nighttime, bad and right, okay? But it can be very complicated, because yin suddenly can be changed to a yang. Yang suddenly changed into yin. Okay? So is anyone heard about the yin-yang? Should I need to be explained more? Okay, good. So during that moment, then I find out that either I quit to continue learning this kind of Chinese medicine, okay, to learn another stuff, or I continue my learning without fully understand it. Okay. So after a serious consideration, then I decided go to the way that to quit it first, because you know, during that moment I'm too young. My thinking is not that mature. So if I continue to learn something that I cannot be understand, it is not good for me. So I rather to go for another direction. So I think, you know, because in the Chinese medicine, we talk about the 4 kinds of judgment. The first judgment is related to the observation. Because when a patient in front of you, you just look at the face, okay? Look at the facial color, the facial feature. Then it is the first judgment. And then the second judgment, we will be hearing the people, what the sound look like, okay? And also smelling the body. And the third is the pulsing, doing some measurement for the pulse. And the last is the ask them some questioning them, okay, when they start. So in this kind of judgment, then I find out the observation is already a beginning of the face reading. So that's why that I turn to the face reading. So in the face reading, when I continue learning for more deeply, then I find out that for the face reading, cannot be that precise on the minute or the date. So, but it is good that in the Chinese metaphysics, they have the something called 4 pillar. It is a kind of astrology, okay? So it is more precise to find out someone's fortune, what happened to their life in a certain day and time. Okay, so I continue to learn the astrology, but more deeply I learned that I find out that for the astrology is basically for the whole idea how your life going. But for some sort of question, it may not be that easy to answer. Like for example, there is a two team. They are playing the football or playing the basketball. Which team they will be win? Okay, how you can predict them? Then astrology, if we use astrology, you need to get all the football team members' astrology to do a calculation, and from this team to the other team, okay, to see which one is more stronger. So in that situation, then it is not that functional in that type of question. So, but in the Chinese metaphysics, they have a kind of augury. So for the augury, that it is much focused on one thing. If you want to know what happened, will it be rain tomorrow? Then we can use the augury to predict whether it will rain or not. But you know, more you learn, more deeply you are, then you find out that, okay, like our life is already set. Then how we can improve our life? Then during that moment, then I find out that, okay, only one thing that it can be change our life. That is what we call feng shui. So, and then I start learning about the feng shui. So for the feng shui, because they are more aggressive. They are not sitting there to waiting for the things happen. They are more to do something to prevent something happen. Okay, so in that situation, then I more focus on the feng shui. And because feng shui involves a lot of theory about the yin-yang theory, so I also spend a lot of time in the I Ching theory, because it is totally the whole system. And more deeply I get into it, more I find that our Chinese culture is wholly belong to the I Ching theory. Okay, all the culture is derived from this. And also for this yin-yang theory is our ancestor find out the key for this universe, how this universe functions. So once you know about that theory, then it can be applied in anywhere. Okay, so that's how I starting learn the feng shui, and that's my part.